Hey everybody, it's Michael from Replica Airguns with my July. What are we at? We are mid-July. We are July the 17th. So right in the middle of July. And we're doing a dual mystery box unboxing. So I've had some other videos and I've been kind of busy doing some other stuff. I had a fitness show that I was involved in and that takes up a bit of my time. It's a bit of a backlog going on. But I am popping out some more videos now. So we're trying to get caught up. And I do have these boxes. I got this bigger box first. So we're going to start with that one. And I've got this smaller box that I really don't know. I've got a bit of an idea. I'm pretty sure some Umarex Glocks are going to be in here. But other than that, I'm not really sure. So this is truly kind of a mystery box. Sometimes I have a bit of a heads up. But yeah, I really don't know what all the rest of the stuff is. And they're kind of heavy. So this sounds like there could be some CO2 or something in it. I don't know. We'll see. Pretty heavy. That's for a small box. That's pretty heavy. But we're going to start with the one that came in first. So they kind of came in, a few days apart, and kind of came in last week. Just getting to them now. We'll open these bad boys up, and we'll see what we got inside. I'm not going to go into huge details on everything because a lot of these I don't know what they are, so I haven't done any research or checked into them. I don't know much about a lot of these things. But yeah, so we do have our Glocks in here. We've got some other pistols. So I'm just going to pull out kind of what comes first. And so we have this, I hate these clamshells. I'm not going to open the clamshell, okay? So we'll talk, these are just basically pretty simple guns. We've got the Ruger P345 PR. It's a 380 FPS basic pistol. It uses 0.20 gram BB, so I guess it's airsoft, yeah, because it's got the orange tip. So this is an airsoft CO2 non-blowback. Looks like it's non-blowback, mostly plastic gun. It's going to be pretty basic. What else? It's got a dropout 15-round magazine, CO2 built-in weaver style for mounting optics, so rail, fixed fiber optic sights. Trying to read this. Manual safety. Yeah, so pretty basic, but it's Ruger. So this is through Umarex. It's through Umarex, and it's Umarex license, so Ruger license through Umarex. And it's going to be a pretty basic gun, very simplistic. It's probably going to have one of those dropout little stick magazines. Typically, looks like it has like a little butt plate type thing, and so it's going to have a butt plate on there that makes it kind of covers the bottom a bit with basically a switch style safety. And usually with these guns, the barrel, when you pull the trigger, is kind of the hammer as well, so the barrel comes out. That's kind of what I'm assuming. We will get into this more when I do my tabletop video. So again, with a gun like this, I hate trying to unpack and cut it all open. I usually just get cut on all the sharp plastic. So we'll leave that for the tabletop video. We will be doing a dedicated tabletop video for this gun and a field test shooting video for this gun. So we'll put that one over here. We have a Daisy product here. This is the Powerline 415. It's a semi-automatic BB air pistol, 21-shot built-in BB magazine, lower accessory rail, fiber optic front sight, 495 FPS, so pretty good. What is it? Is it CO2? I'm thinking, or is it some sort of a pump? I'm thinking it's a CO2. 21-shot fiber optic. What does it say here? Sometimes they'll be like, the slide comes back, but I'm pretty sure this is a CO2 gun. Yes, requires a 12-gram CO2, fixed open rear sights, anything else, smooth bore barrel, of course, 21 shots. I'm just going over all the stuff on here. Overall length is 8.6 inches, weighs about a pound. So again, another sort of plasticky gun, probably pretty basic. This is a Daisy pistol, so it's going to be a little different than the Umarex in terms of mechanical operation. But it looks like it's probably going to be similar. Very basic plastic gun, no blowback. I'll just let you see a little closer. Okay. So again, we'll be doing full tabletop video for that one. And we'll be doing field test videos. And generally speaking, all these products that I get, that I review here in the Replica Airguns C-Can, they come from the Canada store because the warehouse ships them direct from the Canada store. I don't always get US products, very rarely, but if they are in the US store, and a lot of our guns overlap, they're in the US store as well, then I'll put links in the description to buy them in Canada and the US. So we got Umarex, Daisy, now we got a Crosman product, and this is the dual ammo Vigilante This one comes in a box. I think the last time I did a Vigilante, it came in a clamshell. So you know, just having a product in a box, I don't know what it is. Just opening up a box, to me, I just like it more. It just seems like it's more quality when it comes out of a box than a clamshell. I know the clamshells are, you know, I guess for presentation, you can see through the clamshell and all that. But this is essentially going to be a 465 FPS dual ammo. So it's going to shoot .177 caliber pellets and 4.5 millimeter steel BBs. Has a fixed blade front sight, adjustable rear sight, a crossbolt safety. For BBs, it has a maximum velocity of 465, and for pellets, it's 435. So both are going to be up and over 400. So pretty nice. It's got the Vigilante barrel, so it's more like that 357, you know, modern barrel look. These guns, you know, these Crosman 357s or whatever you want to call them, they go back decades. And I had one when I was in my early teens, and it was a little different looking than this. But basically, the whole back end, the mechanical portion was the same. The barrels changed throughout the years, and the grips changed throughout the years. But these guns, the mechanical side, the receiver portion hasn't changed much. And you know what? They work. They're a really fun pistol. They've got decent velocity. They've got decent accuracy. I love that you can shoot pellets. Hopefully this has got a rifled barrel. I'll have to, when I actually open her up and take a look, I'll be able to tell whether it's rifled barrel. I don't see what it says here. It doesn't say anything that I can tell. But there's a good chance it has a rifled barrel. And if it does have a rifled barrel, I'd probably just shoot pellets and stay away from BBs. BBs can score up rifling a little bit if you shoot enough of them over time. You know, if you're shooting them occasionally, it won't do much, but it can over time. So again, Vigilante, nice gun, dual ammo. Okay. All right. Before we get into the Glocks, we have a Novritsch, and this is the SSX-23. It comes in a hard shell case. Let's take a look. I don't know what to expect, but they're nice guns in general. Oh yeah. Okay. So this is an Airsoft pistol. It's going to be blowback. Can I even get it to lock? Yeah. It seems a little weird. It's just, so we've got basically an all metal magazine. I'm trying to get this to lock, but it's definitely different. It feels to me like, is this plastic? No, I think the slide is metal because it's cold, but it doesn't lock back very easily. That's really strange. Okay, it does lock back when you actually, but the slide catch release doesn't do anything. Very, very weird. I'm not sure about this one. The slide catch release, okay, you got to push it up. Maybe if I have ammo in it, it'll be different. But okay, so the slide catch, that's weird. But we'll leave my negative comments till later if that doesn't work. I don't have it loaded up. I don't have CO2. But usually when you pull the slide back on these guns, the slide catch release, see, it's kind of like, it kind of locks in there, but it doesn't. Okay, you gotta push it up. It's weird. It's a little bit strange. I'm not sure what this is different. That's all I could say. Anyways, it's an Airsoft pistol. Doesn't say much on the box. Is there a manual in it? Let's see if I can find a manual. Okay, there is a manual. So let's see if there's any information in here. It looks like it can take some sort of like a red dot on the top there. It does come with some tools or an Allen key. Interesting one. Okay, so what is, there's really not much in here. This doesn't tell me anything. So what I would recommend in this situation is you just check out the link to this article, okay? Because I'll probably, once I kind of get online and check it out, I'll put some basic specifications in there because there's no real specifications on this box. All I know is it's a blowback Airsoft pistol, so it shoots 6mm Airsoft BBs. And I didn't even check the magazine. It's a gas magazine, so it doesn't take CO2. It takes like green gas or propane. And that's all I know, right? That's all I can tell you. It does come in a hard shell case, which is nice. Why not, right? Okay. So we have a couple Umarex Glocks, and these ones I took a look at SHOT Show this year. So these are some really nice Glocks. They're licensed Glocks through Umarex. and they have the ability to put these little red sights on them. So little red dot sights, this little micro ones that actually go right on the slide. So that's really cool. Let's just take a look at the first one. This is the Glock 19. This is a .177 caliber. So both of these are .177 caliber. They're BB ones. They're not airsoft, which is nice. I mean, some people like the airsoft. Obviously, if you're into airsoft and you're into shooting, you know, at other people, you're going to want to use that. Let me just go through what it says on the box here. I didn't do that just yet. So this one, what does it say? 280 FPS velocity. So it's full. It's probably going to be full blowback, this one. Yeah, blowback action, 12 gram CO2 steel BBs. It's got the MDS sighting system, and it's a 17 round, and it's CO2. Bonus optical adapter plates included. So it's got different plates included for different types of red dots for it. Obviously, you're going to have all sorts of cool stuff in here. We will take this one out of the box. So there's your plates and whatnot. It comes with the Allen key. And this is a full blowback all the way back. So it's going to be a lot like an airsoft pistol in terms of full blowback operation. There's your magazine, CO2. And I'm not sure what the rounds are again. Does it say 7? How many rounds? I think it was 18 rounds. So this is a nice compact Glock. You've got white sights. So you've got the white sights front and back, right? The square sort of rectangular tracer. Really nice full blowback operation. Okay, you can see through that mag well. Real nice. I love the full blowback ones. I think the other one, and this is going to have a working trigger safety. It's going to be fully filled strippable. You've got the recessed barrel. This is a nice pistol, and it is a Glock 19, styled after a Glock 19. So I am looking forward to that one. That's going to be a lot of fun. Okay, so let's, this video is going to drag on a little bit, but that's okay. I got another box open still. Put that one there. Now we have a Glock 17, another BB pistol at 18 rounds, 370 FPS. So this is probably going to be partial blowback. And the reason I know that is usually the full blowbacks, there's a little more CO2 wastage for that full cycling of the slide. When they have the partial blowback system, they're a bit more efficient. So you get higher velocities and usually more shots per CO2. Blowback operation, 12 gram CO2. Steel BBs, of course, 4.5 millimeter steel BBs, and the MDS type sighting system. Glock 17. Let's open her up. Oh, for some reason, we got a little safety seal on here so that people know it's been opened up. There we go. All right, and again, you get, I don't know if this one comes with plates. So it comes with some tools. It looks like it comes with an Allen key and an adjustment key for taking that off. I don't see any additional plates. So this one doesn't come with the plates. Again, this is going to be a little different system. So that's your typical partial blowback magazine. So it's different. So what happens is when you pull the trigger is this barrel. See if we can get in here. This barrel kind of pushes the BB forward and seals it up. So when your trigger moves, so it's kind of, I'm going to say it's a single action trigger, but it's kind of like a double action trigger because the trigger is doing some of the work. The blowback action is cocking the internal hammer or striker, but there's a bit of work involved with the trigger to move the BB into the barrel. So there's a bit more friction. It's going to be slightly heavier. And you'll notice the blowback action isn't as far back, right? Still blowback. The slide still cycles, and it still does allow for, okay, has this got some sort of a trigger safety? Like it does have a trigger safety, but maybe it has a, it's not letting me shoot. Is there, oh, you know, sometimes they do that, yeah. Okay, there we go. So it's got the safety on the underneath here. It's like a little safety under the barrel there, okay? So now I should be able to pull the trigger. Yeah, the trigger's not bad, but there's no ammo in here, so there's nothing to push. So, but when you put BBs in the spring, under spring tension, it does cause a little bit of friction. So it's kind of deceiving. If I don't have any ammunition in here, this trigger is going to feel pretty good. But it is kind of a little bit on the longer side because it's got to push, it's got to maneuver that mechanical piece. as compared to, well, I'll do more of a comparison later when I'll compare these two when I'm doing my tabletop videos, just so I can compare the triggers a little bit for you guys. But definitely this is going to be a little heavier trigger, a little bit longer than the full blowback version that I just showed you. So looking really forward to showing off those guns. Those are nice products. Sorry, I just hit my stand. Okay, this box is a complete mystery. Now that I know I've got those Glocks, I thought they might be in here, but they were in the other one. So this box, complete mystery. Don't know what's in here. Let's find out. Huh. Okay, we got a box. It's like a hard shell case. It's a compact laser sight. All right, so I'm glad that I'm getting some of these things. This is neat. It's actually looks like it's rechargeable because it's got a little USB cable. Usually they take batteries, so that's kind of nice, because 9 times out of 10 when I go to use one of my red dot guns that has a red dot on it, the battery's dead because I haven't used it in a while, or for some reason I left it on. So this is kind of cool. It's a laser sight. So it's not a red dot, it's a laser sight. Did I say red dot? Anyways, it's a laser sight. So this is going to go on your picatinny rail, or yeah, it looks like it goes on your picatinny rail, okay? And then you've even got another picatinny rail underneath it. So you could have this and then a tack light as well, right? So that's cool. Or if it goes on a rifle of some sort, you could put a pistol grip underneath it if hopefully it's durable enough. And you've got red and green. I don't know if you can see that. You can see that? I'm not going to point it at the camera, but you've got red and green lasers. So you can go green and you can go red. And it's USB chargeable, which is awesome. And it's really easy to get at that USB port. You can see it right on the bottom right there. So you've got these little light switches here, these little buttons on either side. Very cool. And then obviously it's adjustable for windage and elevation. And it comes in this nice little case with some Allen keys for adjusting it and putting it on. Nice product. And it is basically called the compact laser sight. I don't know who it's made through. It doesn't really say, does it? It's probably just a generic, Chinese made laser sight. Okay. I did say I thought there was some CO2 in here, so we did get some CO2. This is called, well, it says gear stock, cartridges CO2 25 count. I mean, what can I say? They're CO2. I'll have to just put a link with the price. Is this going to be comparable to any other CO2 cartridge that you can get from either, Crosman or Umarex or whoever, right? Or Daisy. They're all kind of the same. Sometimes some guns are picky about what kind of CO2 you use in them, and they don't seal as well. So sometimes in those situations, you might want to try changing your brand if it's leaking or just not working well. But typically speaking, a CO2 cartridge is going to be a CO2 cartridge. So just use what works, or whatever is, the most cost effective, especially if you're shooting a lot and you want to buy in bulk. Make sure to do that. All right, so I'm getting some ammunition. So what do we got here? Oh, we have 6mm airsoft steel BBs. Very cool. Yeah, so, like you're not always in airsoft wars. Sometimes you want a slightly heavier round in your airsoft pistol, especially if it's got a little more velocity. If your airsoft rifle or pistol has some decent velocity, you can up the weight of the ammunition and you can shoot pop cans, and it's going to have a little more oomph when it gets to the target. It's going to maybe have more penetration. Definitely don't use these in any airsoft games because these will penetrate skin and probably clothing. This is 500 pieces, and this is the gear stock. So it looks like we're getting the gear stock. This is probably a new company. This is what I'm assuming, because I've never heard of them. I've never seen them on their store yet. Sometimes there's stuff there I just haven't seen, but it looks like they're probably a new product line. So they're gonna give them to me so I can let you guys know that we have these in our store. So gear stock. We got the steel BBs, airsoft. We have the CO2. It's probably a decent quality product, and it looks like we've got more gear stock. All right, 88 grams. So we got more CO2 cartridges. So these are the bigger ones. These are the ones, if you've got like some of the rifles, we'll take these. They're typically obviously going to be more expensive than the smaller CO2, but you get, what's nice about this, if your rifle does use it, is you get less CO2 cooling down. So with 12 grams CO2, especially if you only have one in the gun. Like, so for instance, some of the Crosman ARs, or the rifles in general will take 2 CO2. That does help with cooldown because you're taking CO2 from both cartridges. So you're taking a little bit less each time with each shot, so those cartridges don't cool down quite as quickly. When you put a big boy like this in there, you get even less quick cool down, right? So that's the advantage to something like this, but you typically don't want to leave any CO2 cartridge in your gun forever. So if you're going to use one of these, it's going to have a lot more ammunition capacity in terms of how long this will last. So you're going to have to, make a day of it probably and use that up in one go if you can. But you get less cooldown. Again, though, they are kind of expensive. When you look at regular 12 gram CO2, even if you have to go through more of them, it's usually going to be cheaper than one of these. Let's say if this can do 100, let's say this can do 200 rounds and you need 4 CO2 cartridges at 12 grams. The 4 CO2 12 grams are probably going to be cheaper than the one of these. Just kind of putting that out there. And all we got left in the box is paper. So that was pretty exciting. We have some really cool products. We've got some, well, it looks like we've got some BB pistols. We've got some Airsoft pistols I get to test out. We got a few accessories, and we got some ammunition to supply what I need in those guns. So maybe we'll have to see how those. Well, we're definitely going to have to test out those Airsoft steel BBs and see what they do. I don't know what the weight is, but I'll have to look into that in comparison to, say, a plastic Airsoft BB. It's probably going to be a lot heavier, but again, it's going to have a little more pizzazz once it gets to the target and a little more penetration, I'm assuming. Okay, that's enough. Again, check us out at replicaairguns.com. I'll put some pictures and some basic specifications for everything I showed you here today, as well as we have replicaairguns.ca for Canada. That's our Canadian store, and all of these products should be in there. Listed there as well. Sometimes they'll be out of stock. Sometimes, most of the products I get for these videos are already in stock, but over time, depending when you watch this video, they may or may not be in stock. A lot of these products will probably be in the US as well because we have crossover brands in both stores, like Umarex especially. So those products, Umarex products, should be there. Daisy, Crosman. Typically, we have those guys in the US. So I'll put links for those items as well. All right. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. Check us out on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And if you're interested in other products, air guns, BB guns, airsoft guns, pellet guns, blank guns, and other accessories, then check out the Canadian and US stores over at replicaairguns.ca and replicaairguns.us. Thanks for watching. I don't have a gun to point. Until next time, I'll stab you anyways. Take care.